Rome ruled the world for hundreds of years, but all that's left that the average person could tell you off the top of their head would be maybe the name Julius Caesar. Hundreds of years from now, America may have dissolved or transformed into something unrecognizable, and more so than anything else, I bet our lasting impact will be music, and hip hop specifically. There seemingly isn't a country in the world that doesn't have its own version of hip hop. It's so instilled into our everyday lives, it's hard to imagine a world that existed without it. Hip hop has branched into hundreds of subcultures based on region and style. There was the Memphis rap scene of the early 2000s, Chicago's militant drill music, jazz focused groups of the 90s, underground lyric focused rappers today. The list goes on. There's also defining elements of hip hop culture that organically coalesced in the development of it to create what we now know as hip hop and rap. Despite its ever evolving facets and association with America, it was actually born out of immigrants from Jamaica coming to New York in the 70s. For the next few minutes, I'd like to chronicle the humble beginnings and many moving parts that, in concert, created the most popular music in the world. Hip hop has five elements: DJing, graffiti writing, MCing, turntablism, and breakdancing. Each of these elements have become their own subculture within that umbrella. Clive Campbell, known as DJ Kool Herc, immigrated from Jamaica to the Bronx in the early 70s. In his home country, parties would consist of a DJ playing vinyl and an MC who would toast, the precursor to rap, which consisted of call and response with the crowd, playful boasting, prepared and improvised rhyming. In the Bronx, Herc emulated these parties by hosting them at a local recreation room, and noticed that the dancers' favorite parts of the songs were the drum-heavy breaks. For instance, James Brown's drum solo in The Sound of the Funky Drummer, one of the most sampled songs of all time. In order to extend these sections of music and allow the dancers to show off their skills, he would buy 2 sets of every vinyl, set up 2 turntables, and while one record played, switch the audio back to the other, rewind it, and then go back and forth like this so that it would continually play. So suddenly, instead of a mere moment for a dancer to perform acrobatic tricks, entire routines could play out in the middle of the dance floor. And from there, dance crews formed, competed at these competitions. The name break dancing derives from these break beats that the DJ would play. The first mainstream hit of rap music was the Sugar Hill Gang's Rapper's Delight, and the music for that is a sample from a disco hit the year before. So you can instantly see how these break beats became incorporated into how the music was made. Rapping wise, the rap crews of the late 70s and 80s seemed tame and playful compared to what rap today has evolved into. Out of these crews, singular artists shone, and from those first stars, hip hop proved its ability to transform into something far beyond party music. Melly Mel's first huge hit, The Message, was a political commentary on poverty and racism in America. KRS-One followed suit and produced a huge body of work that is both political as well as a pure celebration of all facets of hip-hop. The most counterculture aspect of hip-hop is definitely graffiti writing, which involved illegally spray painting public property, bridges, mainly New York City transit lines. Much like breakdance crews, there were graph crews who would channel their energy into art and competed to visually outdo each other and claim territory with their work. The movie Style Wars chronicles the first artists that created the many styles that influenced graph writers all over the world. There were serious dangers in regarding to avoiding police, sneaking onto subway tracks, seeking heaven spots, which are extremely hard to get to, and highly visible areas on bridges mainly. These dangerous locations were used to show the crew's prowess, dedication, ensure that the city had an equally difficult time erasing the work. Most cities in America have successfully cracked down on graffiti writing, but if you ever travel across Europe, the art is celebrated, prolific, partly due to the vast infrastructure of public transportation that Europe has. So, rap wise, the best to ever do, in my opinion, is MF Doom. His rhyme schemes and humor are one of a kind. He's rarely political or a cultural commentator, but a line that's always stuck with me that's a great example of being open to other cultures is from his song Strange Ways. He says, "They pray 4 times a day, they pray 5. Whose ways are strange when it's time to survive?" Everyone that seems strange or different to you is just an adaptation or a reaction to a different environment and set of circumstances. And with a little openness, we can find much more connection than difference between us. Thank you.